Presidential candidate Carly Fiorina says this week that she would have walked away from the Iran talks. The former Hewlett-Packard CEO was one of the first contenders to enter the race. She says it is time for a citizen leader to become president instead of a career politician. The first woman to lead a top 50 company is also a former United States Senate candidate in California. Carly Fiorina is with us in Studio 57, and we're pleased to have her. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be with you.
So the president announced a historic agreement and saying that it's better than the alternative, and he will go about trying to explain to Congress all of the aspects of this.
Yes, and unfortunately, he says it makes a nuclear arms race less likely. Our Arab allies have said just the opposite. So has Israel. So there is reason for suspicion here that's not partisan. You have a whole set of Arab allies, Saudi Arabia and Israel, as we know, don't agree on very much, but they do agree that this is a bad deal.
Why do they think it makes an arms race more likely?
I think it is because Iran has demonstrated bad behavior for 30 years. We know they have been trying to cheat on this deal. We know they have been funding proxies with a strategic objective of destabilizing the region. We know that when sanctions are lifted, they will have more money to fund those same proxies. We know that China and Russia have not been negotiating on our side of the table because it has been in China and Russia's interests to open Iran's economy. So there is a lot of reason to be suspicious here. It would be different if Iran was a good actor and had negotiated in good faith all this time, but they haven't, and we've caved many times.
As the president said, this is not about faith. This is about verification, and verification measures will prevent that. And if, in fact, they do not work, and if, in fact, Iran does not live up to the agreement, he's prepared to take action.
Yes, I think, unfortunately, as we know, Iran has already cheated on sanctions and inspections regimes, so there's no real guarantee right now that they're going to play fair.
But that's a reason for verification.
Yes, it is, but it's also a reason to be suspicious about what the verification agreements are. We know, for example, I think, based upon what we've already seen, that none of their military facilities are going to be open to any time, anywhere inspections. So what are they doing in those military facilities? We know already they have been looking for the import of ICBM technology against the current sanctions regime, which has not yet been lifted. We know Russia has been helping them with that. So this is not a partner that has behaved in accordance with the agreements that they've been living under for the last several years. The point is, there's lots of reason to be suspicious here. There's lots of reason for Congress to really look at this. And look, I've never negotiated an Iranian nuclear deal, but I've negotiated a lot of high-stakes deals, and there are a couple rules, and every rule has been broken. If you want a good deal, you got to walk away sometimes.
You also pointed out that it has the backing of the international community. That must mean something about the strength of the deal.
Well, maybe, but as I said, China and Russia have never been on our side of the table with this. China and Russia have an interest in opening Iran's economy. They always have. So they have been negotiating on Iran's side of the table. The European Union has negotiated, frankly, a number of weak deals. We have seen some of our European partners, France most specifically, raise objections up until this point in time. And again, I don't think Israel, I can remember sitting at a private meeting with Bibi Netanyahu 5 years ago. 5 years ago in Israel. He was talking about the danger that Iran represented to the region. And I don't think this is partisan on his part when he raises an alarm over and over and over about this deal and about Iran as a player in the region.